Alright. Let's continue with Dawntrail. For all to rally. I can't help but wonder if Fontaine will follow through. Let's see if he's actually gone to talk with Ropley. Last quest we found out this fella that traveled through the sea to find some jobs here. But he was unsure of himself. And we just gave him a little bit of motivation. It was kind of you to come, but you needn't worry, I've found my courage. Accept my apologies for my earlier behavior. My name is Fontaine, or whatever the fuck your name is. I'm a goldsmith from Ulda, in faraway Eorzea. I realize this is a bold request, but I should like to continue practicing my trade here and watching what you make me. If you will have me, I ask only for the opportunity to bring happiness to others with my creations. So that's what it was about. You were looking for work. Consider yourself hired. Wachumiki Miki. Wait, it is Wachumiki. What you make, we can call it, is always in need of skilled craftsmen and women. That's strange phrasing. I'll handle the necessary paperwork. Can you start tomorrow? They forgot to upscale the necklace there. Looks a bit choppy. Or maybe it's because there's no anti-aliasing in the conversations. Of course. I must thank you both again for your sage and timely advice. I don't know that I was all that helpful. But you were. Had you not come to speak with me, I would not have had that moment of much needed self-reflection. Good old wake-up call. The arrangements have been made. Come and meet me at the entrance of High Tide Harbor. Oh, this is about how we're gonna travel to the zone. I almost forgot. Do you have my axe ready, Ropley? Ready and waiting. Behold the sublime touch of Wachumiki, artisan. Okay. It's as sharp as deadly as the first day I held it. Thank you. She has a nice looking axe. Well, good luck to you, Fontaine. Let me know if that doubt creeps back in. I'd be happy to talk you out of it. As for us, we should head for the harbor. We don't want to keep Ardenville waiting. It would be nice if this fella later on would be like a NPC that actually provides you some high-level gear. You know? That would be nice. Some progression of another character. I wonder what Ardenville's alternate means of travel is. I wandered through the Bayside markets and found earrings almost identical to mine. They indeed seem to be common travel charm, just as Mablu described. I want to examine Tuliolal saga. Should we continue at pace, we shall soon come face to face, or rather face to knee, with those enormous Yokui, and I'm told some of them tower over even the hulking Gulo Jaja. All that waiting was making me hungry, so I tried a taco from XIV Thai and odd teas. On teas, and I think I prefer typical spicier flavors. That was very needed information. Enough of the secrecy. What's this big plan of yours? Look there. That is my big plan. A ship? This is the dungeon, right? What is that? This must be a dungeon. It's a Punitay. She'll be pulling our boat upriver. This must be the dungeon. How do we know she won't trash about and sing us instead? They're gentle and timid creatures, for the most part. She'll unlikely to cause a fuss unless we give her a reason to. First alpacas, now Punitys. We're relying a lot on animals for this journey. We should be thankful we have an animal expert as our guide then. But did it have to be my old nemesis? Another boat? Well, I took you for someone who was up to the challenge. Was I wrong? Isn't there some kind of magical potion that just like allows you to not be seasick for some time? Long ago, when fighting still raged between the clans, the inhabitants of Kozumaoka rowed these riverboats to move swiftly through hostile territory. But the vessels see little use with Tural now at peace, so I was able to borrow one of the few which remained. I did consider it dirigible, but the pilots warned me that the updrafts near the falls would make landing difficult. You said you borrowed one, yet there appear to be several one in the water. Ah, it's for Koana. Lamati, traveling up the river, I presume. Interesting that he has no followers with him. He is always alone. Seems that way. Does this mean you've earned 2 keystones already? I can't believe how well you've managed to despite undertaking the contest alone. I was never alone. I've had my own entourage with me since the beginning. Wow. How was this his name? Wait. Tancred and Uber Danger. Ranger? I forgot how to pronounce it. Tancred? My friends, it's been a while, not that long. Tancred? Urianger? What are you doing here? Scoring a promise, the same as you. I heard much of the incomparable Archons during my time at the studio. As soon as the contest was confirmed, I thought who better to recruit to my cause. I contacted the scholars who arranged the introduction to these 2 gentlemen. The second promise had specific requirements. They who would be his assistants must both proven survival skills and a mastery of the arcane arts. Yeah, Tancred looks sharp now. Definitely see them. Yeah, I feel like Elizans and some other races like female aura gotten a lot of visual fidelity. Like you really see it on the models. That's the Tancred, and I received the summons. My own studies concentrated on technology which our people could readily use, such as inventions born of magitech or clever engineering. Where magic was concerned, I covered only the foundation. Knowing it too, I expect you had other reasons for accepting the job. A few. The nation of Tiliolal spans an entire continent. Depending on who wins the throne, the world may be plunged into instability once more. Ever have we striven to preserve peace? Where is our place, if not here and now? We did our due diligence, of course, and made sure who we were working with before agreeing to this endeavor. He's even more opaque than Urianger at times, but it is surprisingly... That's quite enough of that. We must be on our way. Wait, I have one question before you leave. Kuan and Wuklamat are vying for the throne. As Kuan's entourage, does that mean you're resolved to defeat all his opponents, including us? We're sworn to do all in our power to win this contest for Kuana, even if it means competing against our own comrades. Friendly rivalry. We intend to hold nothing back, and I expect you to do the same. And we won't disappoint you. I thought you were taking a boat. If even you have been forced to travel on water, then the others will be doing the same. I would rather walk that than risk confrontation on a leaky barge with no possibility of a retreat. Well, man, fuck that head, man. It's true that I can't stand boats. But I trust the route Admiral has chosen for us. Leave the handling on the Punity to me. Should other wildlife attack us, however, I may have difficulty keeping her under control. Do your best to draw them away as far from the front of the boat as possible. Maybe it's not a dungeon right now, maybe it's a scenario. And we shall remain on deck and stand guard, although it may be wise to have at least one of us sit up front with Erenville just in case. I like to stay on the deck. I'm eager to put my pick to man's to the proof, and I'll take any chance to show that I can hold my own on the battlefield. That Kyle will stand on guard, imagine. I'll keep Arundel company then. With my blade I can respond more quickly to threats than Elfinel. Thank you. If fight breaks out, I'll try to stay out of your way. And I shall endeavor to provide an aid where it is needed. I can do that as well. That should cover most eventualities. Secure your gear and board the boat when you're ready. A regular duty. Let's see how bad it will be. Probably can go with the characters instead. But just let's see how it will be. 8 minutes. I mean, let's go with the characters. Why not? Why not? I'm doing this too. I will do this dungeon 100 times. Current party. Yeah, seems fine. Wait, they're also here. Or they are on a different boat, I see. Probably the first boss. Hi, Bonky.
I have you.
Oh, you actually step outside. Interesting. I thought the whole dungeon would be on the river. Oh, that's a big boy. What the hell is this?
This should do it.
Ah, got me. What did I get? Oh, for a tank. A helmet. Okay. I had something similar. Blobs. It's been a while since I've seen those. What is this? Mimiclot. The hell? Shit.
Now I'll show you. Try this! Try this!
It wasn't that bad. When you have NPCs that know where to stand. Oh, we climbed up. Stop standing in me. God damn it.
We mustn't hold back.
$6.50. It's better. I like the flow of this dungeon, feels great. Really well done.
Now I'll show you.
I have you.
Apex Predator. Apollyon. Huh. Hi Alice. Hello. Good evening. Fuck, wrong skill. This way seems to be always the same positions. What's zone LB? I think I got a level right now also. 93. That was fun. I've enjoyed it. There were no awkward pauses between bosses. You've arrived with the boat and basically just enemy after enemy after enemy. And you're there. We'll prefer a red mage. A bone near a pier with a totem.
This is as far as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
Hey! Everyone all right?
I was worried we might not catch up to you. Those caverns you've traversed were dug by Yoku in their search for gold. Remnants of their excavations can be found throughout this region. While I appreciate the lesson, oh wise guide, are, well, landing this boat anytime soon? Strange that it's not voiced, and I can't... Wait, maybe it's a bug. It's auto-advancing, so maybe there should be a voiceover. That's funky. That's strange. On the other hand, it doesn't have the marker. It didn't have the marker. Usually when you have even the voice scenes, it usually shows that it's auto-advancing. Nothing like that in there. Are you... Oh, you're not right. I should be surprised if she was. Even without the nausea, we're all spent. There is a mountain shelter nearby. A resting spot for those who ascended the stairs. I suggest we make use of it. That would be a welcome respite. Have your strength for a short walk, Uklamat. We can rest along the way too. Damn it all. A promise is meant to lead from the front, not mew and moan like a sick kitten. There she goes again, whining. Uklamat. Ignore me, it's nausea talking. I'm fine, really. Lead on, I'll follow. Very well, but if I might say one thing. Just because you're a promise or a claimant for the throne doesn't mean you can't be seen to struggle. You needn't bear this burden alone, so please don't hesitate to talk to us. We're always willing to lend an ear. Professional psychologist. Trial. Victimancer. But trial, Leading on others is a skill all leaders require. You as well? I always believe this is my problem alone, but perhaps you have the right of it. Alright, I'll talk about things. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. Of course, as long as you need. We'll be waiting at the shelter when you're ready. Right. We're here. It's a new zone. Oh, wait. Ah, it's above. It feels smoke, but it's on the upper cliffs. I see. Behind the fountains. I've long felt that I could never tell anyone when I was confused or hurting. At a meeting, the witness would bring shame to Papa's name. But if you say you're willing to listen, then there are things I'd like to talk about. Come on, let's catch up to the others. It's been going good. It's been going good. Finally Friday, some free time. wait. I can probably finish up the other currents here. Southwest. Guess I can go there later. I farmed this chess piece for glam for 4 days. You mean the one you've linked in Discord? Is that the new one from this dungeon, right? This place is called Many Fires for the constant stream of paddlers and travelers who make camp here after climbing the stairs. Huh. That I have decided to share. I feel so nervous. Just sent it now. Maybe in the... I don't see it for some reason. This is delayed on the phone for some reason. This is from the dungeon, right? From the river dungeon. That's neat. For me, it dropped the helmet for tanks, which looked awfully similar to this. Yeah, to this. It had a different mane, probably without the face, and a different covering. Where was it? This one. It's the copied factory. Near raids. Right. I see. This side of the region is so different from where Han lived. The striking colors of the vegetation alone. Actually, the vegetation reminds me of Northrend from Shadowbringers. The холод. I'm watching your stream? What the hell? Who is this? We should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. And let's settle in. We'll need a cook fire, and there's a meal preparation to be done. Near raids were awesome, and especially considering that when I've done it...
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Lil Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar.
If you will, Alice, if you'll catch me online,
Even though Papa
I usually
already
take breaks
had a
from the
trueborn
game
son,
between patches.
he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding, but the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
I think we already told it here in a conversation with her. Let's just ask a question. Why did she want the throne?
Why? Because my father built a nation where everyone can live in peace, and I want to keep it that way. I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find a city of gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamat, but you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Usually when I take break from the game, there's more. Let's just finish this. I don't want to talk over the voiceovers.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Bardessian. And then, there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I've any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better, and I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawnservant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawnservant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention. When I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be a shame to lose a plaything, but we'd still have two more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliyollal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that? We care only about the contest and proving our superiority. That would surely please Mother and Father. Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kin to live in the city. Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet, somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind. My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings! Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
So this fella's angle is some parent issues or something, mommy issues. Why is my... That was a strange lag again, strange. Stutter. Never happened before. I have small experience with pressures of leadership and grumbling beneath its weight. As you will know, if anything good can be said to have come of my failures, I hope it is my capacity to help others avoid similar mistakes. Doesn't matter if Wuklamat's scared of alpacas or gets sick on a boat. It doesn't change who she is or what she means to her people. I'm glad we could take a moment to talk things through. Wuklamat seems much happier for it. It is good to see Wickelman's more sure of herself. Okay. Okay. We cheered her up. Now what? Being able to say those things has brought such a relief. It's like the stone has been lifted off my chest, and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better, will be better, for myself and my people. The Moblin settlement of Irvinshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road will be taking its favor hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there'll be a fewer travelers, meaning brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? What have Zoral, Jah and the Landsguard been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. And off she goes again. For now we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. It's a good-looking mob. The bandit's lair is said to be somewhere near here, but I prefer the way avoid seeking out trouble. I felt eyes on us several times as we made our way here, though they soon seemed to lose interest. Again and again I'm struck by the majesty of the falls. It is difficult to comprehend the sheer volume of water this natural wonder produces. Oh, I see, this is the river which feeds the waterfalls above Okano. Well, what are the bandits? Well, they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Irvinshire is just a little further ahead, on the opposite bank of Miyakabek-Zuma, but let's remain vigilant all the same. .250 to the south. It's nearby. It's probably there. Can you dive here? Oh, cool. But it's pretty much empty. And I wish they would do more with open world locations. This is probably the most obvious lack of innovations for the game, for me at least, the exploration of an open world. I know that Final Fantasy doesn't really have that as a series because JRPGs. But compared to WoW, WoW has so much cool shit in the world right now. In Dragonflight. Broken ship. There might be a lookout somewhere too. There's this village. Oh, this is pretty unique. They live in giant pots. So this is Earthenshire. Goodness me, it's like the entire village is made of pottery. This is it, the village where the lay of pots from Tiliolal saga took place. Earthenshire, Idleshire. Might the similarity be a cultural inclination? I wonder. Settlements themselves couldn't be more different though. This shire appears custom built to resemble pots, while the other is repurposed town. Call. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third promise and her retinue? That's us. We're looking for Dawn Servant Selector, if you happen to know who that is. You're exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Red Rock is the Elector you seek. Now that's helpful. We can cut straight to the performing the feat. As much as Red Rock would like to do just that, we have a much more pressing worry. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands for the Potsworn were injured. This is no time for feats or medal tests. I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared it would be caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these Potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Tyrell. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. If this is the best they can offer, I should have never left Wachumekiki. You see, the pots won't desert us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the pot pact. Should all our Potsworn leave, the Earthenshire will grind to a halt. We have to do something, and do it soon. Let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me the chance to learn more about your people in your village, and if it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obliged to join in. Take a rest while you can. What Magin means to say is, we'll all help. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. I was hoping you'd feel that way. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. We'll take everything help hand we can get. Red Rock trusts words that once the Potsworn have their perfect workshops again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist help hand Ragnarok. You other four follow Red Rock. There are other help hands in need of hand lending. I really appreciate you pitching in. If you say so, I guess. I wanted to actually take a nap. I meant what I said at many fires. There'll be no more feigning strength, no more playing at being an invincible promise. Now I'll be a whiny cat. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Flattering after flattering. Now let's find this Ragnarok fellow and see what we can do for him. Did I attune? I didn't attune it. That's a neat mount. It's a turtle. Turtle in cyber prosthetics. Oh, I've seen everything. Rocker can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pack is broken and the pots are emptying. You come to aid Rockrock? Rockrock accepts your hand, lending with joyous field smiles. We can offer the Potsworn their promised good living. We might save them. We might save the day yet. Whatever you need. Weapon coffer 655. It's a bit worse. The skin is pretty cool. This glamour. Pretty simple, but still cool. What Ragnarok needs is for new help hands to create good living for Potsworn K. The help hand assigned to K was hurt during the rock rain, so Ragnarok took over, but he knows nothing of K. What does K want? What does K needs? Help hands do not bother the Potsworn with straight tasks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guessing. Please, guessing with Ragnarok. Find out what K is lacking so we can provide it. Okay. I forgot how annoying Moblin's text is written. This is where a CAG works, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. CAG was the probably woman that left? Maybe it's her. Or him. It's him. That must be K. Or how do you pronounce it? K? K? It'd be a lot quicker if I could just talk to him, but that's not the way they do things around here, apparently. Hi, Choco. Ready? It doesn't help what you've written. K. Labuzitines. We'll have to leave him be and try our hand at some guessing. Oh, the minigame. He must be boiling sitting so close to the furnace. Okay, got 1 point. Those tools are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones. We'll have, well, he has no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something else he's missing. He's barely touched his meal. That dish is meant to be eaten hot, or it loses its savor. Alright, after taking a good look, I think I have an idea of what things Kay might want to improve his work conditions. Let's head back outside and talk to Ragnarok. And the sound of rain will put me to sleep. It feels like I'm playing Dark Shores in WoW during the rain. You made your observations? What did you guys think? First off, I noticed Kay hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking. But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? But Ragnarok is sure of nothing when it comes to cake tastes. I can help you with that. My brother Kon is also a Hetzara, and while everyone has their personal preferences, there are some they tend to share, like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought to him like that, Kay probably wouldn't have been able to eat until it cooled down, and by the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. The simplest solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature. Ragnarok never would have thought of that. Would the third promise mind explaining these things to our cook? Not at all, but I don't think that was the only reason Kay couldn't concentrate. Its our homeland is hot and dry, but even Kay seemed to be suffering in front of the furnace. Is there any way you could cool down the workshop? Oh, we could try at After Shard. They make a lovely breeze. Do you know where we can get one of those? You can gather them from the shoals of no return. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up on their search for the Golden City. I think that's the place where I picked the other current. So we salvage them from the wrecks. Could you handle that for us, Madden? And one more thing. From what I could tell, Kay's files and saws and things were very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order. Ragnarok was too preoccupied with stocking materials, a serious oversight, which he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a help hand's responsibility. And we all have work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done. The shoals of no return are past the cracks. Through that tunnel. Yeah, I know where it is. It's literally where I was. Oh, triple triad. Let's play one round. What the fuck is that? Turali Nadzak. Looks like a new model. You imagine, aren't you? What brings you out here? The issue with caring for the Potsworn. When they approached me with that same problem, I suggested they commission artisan in Charlene instead. The quality of course craftsmanship would be guaranteed after all. However, the Moblins did not care for the idea. Surely it would be more effective to engage a uniformly trained collective. I cannot understand their fixation on individual contracts. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of help hands, and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We were on our way back from procuring herbs for Urianger, in fact. Settlements in Cosmouca too have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found a way here? Should I become Dawnservant, one of my first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital, when I imagine how much good we can achieve with Shaolin technology. My apologies, I have much to consider. If you'll excuse us. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure. Take care, Madden. And off they go. Is that cool Breeze Rock Village? Yep. Thank you for finding a drafty shard. Rocco will add it to the new set of tools he brought. And I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning at Sarah, and it's on its way even as we speak. Let's go in and see if Kay thinks of our efforts. I guess he loved it. Those crunches. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. A fine meal, new tools, and welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pop pact. I'm grateful for your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll reciprocate with a piece worthy of Potsworn. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Volok Shunva. Craftsmanship satisfies Earthenshire's reputation for quality. I trust? Such luster, such brilliance. Truly a gift for the Dawn Servant. I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope continue crafting it at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill after all. Forgive my interruption. Lamati, I'm told the Elector had deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with the feat. That's great news, thank you for letting me know. So this is the craft of Potsworn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, Second Promise. I drew inspiration from Nakzamulka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. I wondered why Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlie and Goldsmith could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. One cannot create great things if one lacks creative impetus. Tulliola unfortunately does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of craft would do well to study it there. I was raised among Hetsara more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Tural's various peoples was eye-opening. You lived as a traditional Hetsara? I have few fond memories of nomadic life. I tried the serving of a dish we prepared for Cave. It was so good I had a second helping. She just walks and eats. Tacos, other thing, now this. Rokruk is very grateful to you. I thank you both for your hard work and clever guesting. When it comes to help handing, knowing the Potsworn really is important. Well, that's true for pretty much everyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. Alright. Now another one down. 6x5 chest. A bit worse. Let's see how it looks. I definitely like the second sets more than the first one they give you. Dye it. 2 colors. Pretty cool, actually, if you color it to a different piece. This looks great, I love it. I'll actually I would love to transmog it when I will be back in town. Even fits, actually even fits the gear. The Elector bids the claimants assemble in a large building on the west side of the village. I will head over after fighting Tancred and Urianger. I also ran into Levelier twins on the way here. I took the liberty of directing them to their venue. We're rivals. It's not his job to make sure I know the feat is starting, but even now he's conscious to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Redrock waiting. Redrock thanks you for assisting Hellpan Ragnarok. She will announce the feat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient a little while longer. I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the Potsworn to stay. How do you fare? So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Welcome to Irvinshire, First Promise. We support your plans for salt crossings and the new Potsworn they will bring. Hail the mighty Zorlja. He cleared many piles of rockfall. Okay, he has fans everywhere. Zorlja was clearing falling rocks. I'm surprised he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Well, we meet again. Just in time for the feat to begin. I'll bet he was already here, laying low while the rest of us did all the work. Claimants, your attention please. As Redrock has explained, many of our Potsworn left us following the storm. The precious metalwork crafted by those artisans bring in much jingle shine from across the Salt. Should our steam of trade goods dry up, Irvinshire will suffer. Tuliolal merchants will suffer too. So Redrock sets you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us. So we're to recruit a new Potsworn. Makes sense for the feat of pots. Let me guess, we're gonna invite that fella, that Elazan. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne? You are free to refuse Redrock's request. She'll be happy to inform the Dawntrail of Zorlja's disqualification. The right is a means to an end. The steps we take to get there are not important. Then Redrock declares the feat of pots begun. But remember, a pot pact must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. The Elector said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival. Which is exactly what we should do. This fellow just wants to take shortcuts. Fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plans. That nasty brute is up to something. He may seek to delay us again as he did on the river. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Uklamat? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? Let's see if I guessed it right. I know some artisan among my supporters, but they all in the twilight years. I couldn't ask them to give up the comforts of Tuliyola to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Kwana probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I'm comparing us, you understand, that's just a statement of the fact. I suppose we could try asking her out. We could ask for the fella. That seems a logical place to start. Back to Tuliyola, it is. Wait, does this mean we have to take the boat again? You said I should share my burdens, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really sick on boats. There's a literal aetheroid crystal. What's she yapping about? Vuklamat, this is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit. In any case, we wouldn't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver will be much smoother. I'm positive, mostly. Okay. What obstacle will Buckle Jaja throw at us next, or will he try something more direct? Did we mention the boatswain in our care required a constant stream of encouragement in order to craft? The four of us must have chanted the same cheer dozens if not hundreds of times. Adamil was scolded more than once for not cheering loudly enough. Vuklamat suffers such terrible bouts of sickness. I wish I had a spell or potion that could ease her nausea. What I said before. I've procured many unusual items for clients. You would think that they would have it, right? They have so many things, but they don't have a potion against nausea. Doesn't make any fucking sense. But meeting the personalized needs of boatswain is not an experience I take to repeat. I need a moment upriver or downriver. Ikwikatumu is too rough for me. The nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it, but I'd still rather not set foot on the boat if I can help it. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Ropley can help us recruit the Potsworn. I want to change the transmog. Or I could just recall it this one. Wait, cast glamour. Probably gonna be easier. Like it's not the thing. Wait. Why I can't cast 655? Why? Why on earth I can't cast this one? Because it's damaged? How can I then do this? Wait, base items low requirement cannot be lower than that of the glamour cast. 92. Ah, I see why. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So this is what Mikiki the Ulamat was talking about. I had to make it this far in my wanderings. The fresh harbor here was just what I needed. Adonil brought us here on our first tour of the city, but time did not permit a closer look. I should like to observe these masters at work. Surely at least one person will answer Wuklamat's call for Potsworn. Maybe Master Ropley can help us. Watchmakiki is the gathering spot for skilled artisans of all kinds. If we were to find Potsworn candidate, I can think of no better place to begin our search. Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to Watchmakiki? You have not chipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Ropley. Actually, I have a favor to ask. So what do you think? Do you know any of any craftsmen who might be interested? Fichimo artisans for moblins, eh? Well, seeing as it's the Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only I can think of suitably candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know of a master of goldsmithing that would also have no qualms about relocating to Earthenshire? The Orsian goldsmith? What about him? I knew it. You mean Forgentane? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salt. And considering this distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little bit up the river. In the middle of the jungle. That said, he only just got himself a new job, but it is too soon to ask him to sign a pot pack. There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the Potsworn are treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, you won't find him Forgentane at his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day, probably enjoying a meal over his bale of tie. Then maybe we should go and talk to him, just you and me, since he knows us. Wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having to deal with a crowd of new faces. The two of us can handle this. Take a rest at the cabins, if you like. Imagine you're here too. The Third Promise said she wanted to chat. I've just finished my meal. The last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Yes, I wasn't. Wasn't I? A lost soul, until the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. My new place of employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful, but can you... So what is this you wish to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you settle in, but I'm looking for someone to become a Potsworn. I've heard my new colleagues mention the term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the moblins, isn't it? But you're not a moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for a feat in the right of succession. I need to bring a new Potsworn to Earthenshire. So that is the way of it. We've barely met, and after pushing you to work at Watchmakiki, I'm now demanding you to throw that away and sign a pot pack instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I am pleased to say I am now an official subject of Tuliyola. I've since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you will recall it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement, and in ensuing chaos he was slain. War took him from me in an instant, the man I loved and admired. I never wished to suffer such a loss again. And so, as much as I am indebted to you for turning my life around, it is as fellow peace-loving Tuliolan that I want you to win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a pot pact, then I shall gladly do so. Gentane, thank you. I shall return to Master Roplin and inform him of my decision. Allow me, I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Okay. That was easy. Perhaps you remember me. Brokevo, owner of Xibella Tai. I'd like a word, if you don't mind. You're Buklamat's ally from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown too, if the gossip's to be believed. Well, as it happens, I could use some heroic help. It doesn't need to be right now, but could you come by when you have a spare moment? Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. You can now gain access to a role quest. Oh, so soon. Interesting. Imagine, I was wondering when you would be along. Not a moment too soon, either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust it with. Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Brokevo, proprietor of Xbaliev Tai, or whatever the fuck that name is. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone. People hailing from across Tural, and sometimes further, come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and there lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Sitting just over there, in fact, and having a conversation most foul. I thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes. This is the first time we have all gathered in one place. Perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am... Welcome. What will be having? Could we have a moment, please? We're in the middle of something very important. Now then, where was I? Oh yes, I am Apaya. Apiahi. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the Passage of the Unbound, my secretive villainous order with ambitions to sow discord discord throughout the world. And you announce it in the tavern, just like that. Villains do not often call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see. That's intentional. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason, to throw the world into a mire of chaos, and watch this and then watch its nation crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who dare to mock and belittle me, sorry. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. What the fuck is this? What are those clowns? A crime designed for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists again against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in so doing we shall become unbound. Like the birds soaring up above, we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black. So edgy. But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds and even birds must rest. You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here? To look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With a newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero. Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Tural. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power. Did you say artifacts? Oh, I sense an adventurer's hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. My imagination is overflowing with images of new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Well, to get to the heat of the matter, the objects are held by desperate tribes which make their homes in Tural continent, or they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contains the essence of fearsome beast called Tural Vidral. Oh, it's linked to that actually. It's linked to all of that. And with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. I see where it goes. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. I take it there are no questions. Then let the passage of Unbound open onto the world. We begin at once. Okay, got it. Find those 6 fools and stop them meddling about in the settlements. That's the long and short of it. What do you think? They left without ordering anything. Villainous indeed. It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect and won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like. Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story, then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. Ah, so we have to go back. It's located in previous zones, probably spread around. I know of your business in Thrall or else you wouldn't be here in the first place, but if you could take time to hear Realm Majun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. Okay, got it. I wonder, do all roles have different storylines this time around? Or tanks will have to search for other thieves too, or something similar? Okay, I think I'm done for today. Gonna stop right here.